So when you buy or sell a home, a whole bunch of information about that deal doesn't just, vanish into thin air. It actually becomes part of a public story. And I'm not talking about neighborhood gossip here. I mean legally recorded, searchable information. Today, we're going to break down exactly what that means for you.
It really all comes down to this one big question I get all the time, especially from first-time homebuyers. Is this huge purchase I just made totally private? Can just anyone go and look up the fact that I bought a new house? The answer is yes, absolutely. And I know that might sound a little unsettling at first, but that transparency is the very thing that makes our entire real estate system work. It's actually a feature that's designed to protect you. Think of it like this. Every time a home is bought or sold, a new chapter gets written in that property's official story. But this isn't a story kept in some private journal. It's written into a public ledger for pretty much anyone to see, and for some very, very important reasons. So this whole thing hinges on the concept of a public record. When you finally get the keys to your new place, the deed, that's the legal paper that proves you own it, is officially filed with the county. And that moment right there is what takes it from a private agreement to a public fact. And this record has a lot more than just your name on it. It includes who the new owner is, the exact date it was transferred, the sales history, and any official claims against it, like liens or deeds of trust. It's basically the property's entire legal biography. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Who's actually looking at this stuff? Well, it's not some dusty old archive that nobody ever touches. This data is used every single day by professionals. Investors looking for properties, banks doing their homework for loans, title companies making sure a sale is legit, and yeah, even your curious neighbor could technically look it up. Okay, this brings us to a really crucial point that usually clears up most people's worries. It is so important to understand the very clear line between public property information and your private financial life. They are not the same thing. And this slide lays it out perfectly. What people can see is everything about the property, who owns it, when they bought it, and if there are any legal claims tied to it. What they cannot see is your personal financial life. Your bank balance, your credit score, how much you make a year, all of that stays completely private. The record is about the asset, not the owner's wallet. So you might be thinking, okay, if this info is out there, how is that possibly a good thing for me? Well, let's look at it from the buyer's side. That public ledger, it's your number one shield against getting ripped off. Here's how it all works to protect you. Before you close, a title company does a deep dive into these public records. First, they verify that the person selling you the house actually has the legal right to sell it. Then, they hunt for any hidden landmines, like old debts or weird, unresolved claims that could come back to haunt you later. This whole rigorous process is what makes title insurance possible, which is what protects your huge investment. But hey, this isn't just about protecting buyers. This transparency is also an incredibly useful tool for sellers. Being proactive and knowing what your own property's public story says can save you a world of headaches. I mean, can you imagine getting to the finish line of your sale only to find out there's a forgotten lien from a contractor 10 years ago that was never officially cleared? By checking your own public record before you list your home, you can find and fix these kinds of surprises, which means a much smoother, faster sale for everybody. And let's be crystal clear, this isn't optional. This isn't something you can opt out of. This process is a 100% certain in every single county. The moment that deed is recorded, it becomes a permanent, unchangeable part of that property's official history, period. So here's the real takeaway. The fact that real estate deals are public isn't some flaw in the system, it is the system. That transparency is the fundamental safeguard that lets everyone trust the process. It protects the person buying the home and the person selling it. So I'll leave you with this thought. Your home has an official public story that's been written down for decades. And knowing that story isn't just for the pros. It's actually really empowering for you as an owner. So go ahead and ask yourself, what story does your property's public record tell?